In today's episode, we're going to be covering one of the most horrifying possible guests you can ever have. Youth groups. It was a cold night when I got the text, "So-and-so wanted to book your house." So-and-so wasn't her actual name, just to be clear. I'm just not going to say her name because I don't want to be rude. She was rude, which makes me want to be rude, but I'm better than that. She initially reached out to me wanting a place for a few children that are going to be in town for an event. I like children, so I said, yes, of course. How many will you have? She said, under 16, of course, is what you listed. And I said, why, thank you, ma'am. I will see you soon. Come to find out, she was lying. She mentioned to me a few days before she showed up, she said, do you have enough room for 40 children? What? I might have said, but I didn't because I was texting it. So I said, and then I read it out loud. What? She said, yes, that is what I meant. 40 children in your place. And I said, well, no, it says on there only 25 people can stay at my place at any given time. I just don't have enough room. I don't have enough space. There's not enough beds, lady. I can't help you. So she said, it's okay. We'll be looking for other Airbnbs in the area. We can divide them up between 2 Airbnbs. Would that be fine with you? And I said, fine. Okay, let's do this. My first mistake is that I did this all off the Airbnb app. Oh, rookie move. Because later on when I went back to Airbnb to plead my case to them and say, this lady took advantage of me, they said they have no proof. Do I have any proof? And no, nay, I did not, cause I say I was on the phone. Dumb. I hope you enjoyed that intermission. I came down here to show you my secret collection of petrified wood. Let's get back into the story. Dear God. The day of, I felt it in the bottom of my belly that there was tomfoolery afoot. I knew that I had to be extra sensitive and careful to watch the cameras. I knew as soon as the children were to show up, I would have to count the heads one by one to make sure that she fulfilled her end of the bargain. There'd be only 16 showing up. One after one, I realized that these were not children at all. The teenagers started showing up, causing all sorts of crazy things to happen. Laying on the floor, rolling around, playing tag. How dare they do such things in my Airbnb? My eagle eye was attuned to the cameras that day. After 16 people, I kept on counting. 17, 18, 19. Over 40 teenagers showed up to my property that day and caused a muck. I frantically called the lady and said, what is going on? You told me 16 people. How dare you lie to me like this? She said, but we spoke on the phone through the Airbnb message. We said you can have 40 people. And I said, nay, I did not. I said that you can have 40 people. I can have 16. You can have max 25 people show up to my property, but you have to pay $25 per person over 16. We talked about this. We agreed. And she said, I am a part of a youth group. I cannot afford anything. I can't even afford the listing as it is, let alone $25 per person. This is 40 children. How do you expect me to pay for this? We're part of a youth group. We don't have any money. Help us out. These are children. There's a future. We're trying to help them grow. And I said, I understand, lady, but I have a business. I'm trying to help my profits grow. That's my first priority. But the children look very nice, and they look a lot older than children. So there's that. So she said, what do you plan on doing about it? She started crying over the phone, pleading, please don't charge me any more money than I already currently have. And I said, lady, there are 40 teenagers in my property. I can see them putting holes in my wall. You expect me not to charge you anything more than the current base rate? And she said, yes, that's exactly what I want you to do. I said, lady, it's supposed to be $700 a night. I gave it to you for $500 a night because it was a youth group. I already did my ethical, moral job, and you're trying to push it even further? There's no way I can do this for you. I'm calling Airbnb. She said, don't worry about it, I already have. I said, you called Airbnb? How dare you? What happened? What did they say? She said, I am fully within my rights based on our Airbnb conversations that you agreed to 40 children at your property. And I said, I never agreed to such things. I went back and I checked my messages. I realized the way that she structured this, she is an evil genius working in a church group. How dare she? I realized I was bested by not an equal, but a superior mind to my own. She planned this thing from the very beginning. She knew that she could not afford any Airbnb property over $500. She got me to talk down from $700 to $500. She lied to me about the amount of people that are coming. And then when it came day of, she said that I already agreed to 40 people, which she maneuvered through a phone call, put it through the messages, and I was the one with the shoe on the other foot. Ugh. I was backwards. I was confused. I was bamboozled. I had my 6s and 7s all messed up. I didn't know who to blame because I for sure hell can't blame myself for any mistakes I ever make. So I immediately call Josh, my assistant. I say, Josh, how dare you? What did you do? And he says, I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm like, either way, it doesn't matter. It's your fault. Fix this. So he says, well, what are you talking about? Let's talk about it. And I said, okay, well, this is what happened. Call Airbnb, figure it out. We're going to make this work. I need to get my money. Josh did what he does best. He's significantly persistent and never gives up. When you give him a little bit of a bone, he shakes that damn bone until it just breaks into two. He called, he messaged, he emailed, nonstop. We need to get these people out of the house. They're causing a freaking ruckus. They stayed the night. Nothing happened. The house was a mess. The house had holes in the floors where the kids jumped up and down and broke through the hardwood floors. In the end, Josh let me down for the first time in his entire life, and it was his last time because I killed him later that night. Wait, this is being recorded. No, he's fine. Needless to say, due to Josh's untimely demise, nothing was resolved, and then I was left with a broken property, a broken spirit, and a broken business. This is the tale of the youth group.
Horror stories, horror stories.